Hello.
Look at us on this couch.
I know. Wait, we're professional podcasters. Welcome to Just the Tips. I'm Joanna Angel.
You're right. We are professional
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is Aaron. Some of you may know me as Small Hands.
Yeah.
And we're on a couch.
We're on a couch. We are two people who have been in the adult industry for, I've been in the adult industry for 7,000 years. Aaron's
I've been in about, I clocked 10. This was my 10-year anniversary.
This was your 10-year. Oh,
what do
you know what that
is there a medal? Is there
no, once you've been in 10 years, you're eligible to be in the AVN Hall of Fame.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Wait, so I could be a Hall of Famer.
You could be a Hall of Famer after 10 years. Yeah.
That's kind of, that means
I was inducted in the Hall of Fame in 2016, I think. And I was kind of bummed because I was like, does this mean I have to retire now? You know, and I had like a lot more to do at that.
Well, I thought the Hall of Fame was more like getting a walk on like the Hollywood star. It doesn't mean you're done. It just means like you're cemented. You have cemented your legacy. Your place in history is set forever.
You know, that's a very nice way to put it.
That's the way I always look at it.
But you know, we call it like the geriatric corner, or whatever. But yeah, I'm in multiple halls of fame. But yeah, you could start.
I'm not in any. So
you're
who knows?
not in any.
Who knows? Maybe
wow,
this is my
I
year.
never thought I'd see this day. I guess I can remind them. Yeah, I can send a note. Send a little note and just say it's your 10-year. It's your 10-year anniversary.
Porn anniversary.
It's your 10-year whatever legacy, whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
Do I get a party?
You do not get a party. You do get a trophy, and you get invited to this.
Is there a dinner?
There's not a dinner. I think. No, I think there used to be, but I don't know. There's not a dinner. There's like a happy hour, like the day
they couldn't spring
like the afternoon that like the AVN convention starts.
Well, hell, I love.
I've actually never made it to it because you know the week is so long, and like the thought of going in earlier just to have a drink with all the other old people like, never really got me to want to leave.
You're in the Hall of Fame. Here's your gin and tonic.
Yeah, you do. You get a trophy though, and you can change. Most importantly, you can change your Instagram bio to Hall of Famer.
Ooh.
Yeah,
well, I'm not one for clout, but that is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Yo, Brian, did you know you were sitting in the room with a potential Hall of Famer?
With a Hall of Famer and a potential Hall of Famer?
It's an honor and a pleasure, guys.
How did our heads fit through the door?
I'm in all the Hall of Fames. It's like to the point where they're like, just go. I'm in the...
You're in several.
I'm in several. I'm in the AVN Hall of Fame.
But it's kind of like... It's like getting
XRCO Hall of Fame, the XBiz Hall of Fame, the...
Go off.
Inked Angels Hall of Fame, the alt porn Hall of Fames.
So many she can't.
I honestly don't remember. I think.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
In 2018, you were crowned a legendary triple threat by Night Moves magazine.
Yeah, as a triple
shout
threat.
Shout out to Night Moves.
Yeah, shout out to
Can't forget Night Moves. Tampa.
Yeah,
they have their show in Tampa.
They have their show in Tampa. Yep, a triple threat.
That was the first time I had a threesome with you. Was in Tampa.
It's true.
That was hot. That was fucking hot.
That was the first threesome. So here we are on a couch. We're in a different studio today. I'd like to say that we were promoted, but that's not what happened. The other studio was just busy. Yeah,
they could just flash us in outer space.
We're on a couch.
Now.
I know. So there's a green screen behind us, and I have no idea what's going to be behind us. It's like very exciting, you know, like I have no clue.
What would you want? What would you want it to be?
Every time I see a green screen, I just think of outer space. I don't know why.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we need to be in outer space to show.
But I think we could do better than that. Oh, yeah, outer space. Like, can we be in Do you know the cake Cookie Puss, the Carvel cake Cookie Puss? I'm like obsessed with them.
We can have a Cookie Puss behind you.
Yeah, can we be like where's Cookie Puss from? Planet Birthday. He's from Planet Birthday.
I will try to sort out.
Maybe we can be on Planet Birthday.
I had no idea what it's Carvel, right?
Yeah.
I had growing up on the West Coast, we didn't. At least where I grew up, we did not have.
Because you guys suck. I'm joking.
I mean,
I'm sure you have plenty of.
The ice cream game as a kid, clearly the East Coast had it on lock.
Yeah, we had it on lock.
Because you had Cookie Puss, you had Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, Cookie Opus.
Cookie Opus on
he only comes around
St. Patrick's Day.
During St. Patrick's Day. There's also during Halloween, which it didn't really take off, but it was Witchy the Witch. It didn't really take off the way. The other ones
the way
did.
Fudgy the Whale just skyrocketed to fame.
It didn't really become like a real character, but
well, shout out to Carvel, because actually you got me which one was it? It was a Fudgy the Whale.
The OG. No, I don't do that. No. I don't get Fudgy the Whale.
Purist.
Yeah, I'm Cookie Puss.
Okay, so for my 30-somethingth birthday, you got me a Cookie Puss.
I got you a Cookie Puss. There was only one Carvel in LA, and everything in LA is like really far from everything else, and I really wanted you to have a Cookie Puss. I think, was it your 30th birthday?
We'll go with that.
Okay, I think it was your 30th birthday. I really wanted you to have one.
It was really special.
And I went to Carvel, and of course it's really out of the way of everything, and I remember half of it melted on the way to the birthday party. So it was like a very sad looking
Cookie Puss who got run over.
Yeah, but and I kind of patched it up back together and stuck it in the freezer and just crossed my fingers. But it was fine.
Darling,
everybody was happy. Yeah.
No, we ate the shit out of that.
I know. I love Cookie Puss. I get excited for it.
So 10 years later, here we are.
Yeah. So 10 years later, we will be on Planet Birthday, and 10 years later, you are eligible to be in the Hall of Fame. So let's see. Cross our fingers that you make it into the Hall of Fame, and you can go to the happy hour. You can go to the happy hour and celebrate your 10 years in the industry.
I will milk that happy hour for all they've got.
Yeah.
Because who knows how much time I have left, really,
Yeah. I said that.
Getting older.
I said that at the 10-year mark. I said that. I keep saying that. I remember thinking when I was almost 30, I was like, I should probably retire soon. And then when I was almost 40, I was like, yep, going to retire soon. I mean, after I sold Burning Angel, I was like, what is there really left to do? And then
you've managed to cram a lot in there since.
I did. I've crammed a lot in there. Literally and figuratively. Womp womp.
Oh, shit.
Yep. Okay, it's been a crazy week on the internet. I mean, I guess it's always a crazy week on the internet. But all this news, let's pay some respects to the who I'm going to call the founding fathers of porn podcasts, Adam and Lana. I'm like fathers and mothers, the inventors. Mommy, Daddy, I don't know, Mommy, whatever they
Daddy.
pay, this whatever. Anyway, it's just funny because it keeps coming up on my feed that that Lana, did a movie for her OnlyFans with another guy because she had only worked with Adam, and I believe, I don't know, I know every scene they did was a threesome with the two of them and another girl.
So up to this point, she had never shot a scene with a guy who wasn't Adam,
right? And she had not. She had not.
To our knowledge.
To our knowledge, right. No, she had not. She definitely hadn't shot a scene.
And the boy she picked was.
I didn't know if she ever did a scene without Adam Roll, but yeah, she did. Girl, that I know. She's.
And she picked Jason Love.
She did pick Jason Love, a very handsome guy. I mean, I never worked.
Talk
with
about
him.
Just shooting right for the top.
Yeah, but it's just been really and when I saw her post about it, I was like, oh wow, that's awesome! High five.
We saw it and we were like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's
and then
cool.
We kind of
moved on. And then the next day, it's I kept seeing meme after meme after meme, and I went on their page. And like, I feel like maybe I've been fortunate.
No one ever freaked out about us.
I feel like I exist in this kind of sex positive bubble. I don't get all that much hate for the career,
right.
that I'm in.
Most of your fans are incredibly nice.
Right. I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it.
And they're very supportive of us.
Right. And I remember when and
us being slutty.
Right. I just.
No one has ever been like, oh my God, Joanna, are you seeing this over here? It's like, yeah, she kind of put me up to it.
To you. But anyway, just reading all the comments of their fans, which is so weird because all of these people are people who are following them. So they are their fans and they are so mean. And it was like, I got in there and commented a little bit just to comment back and kind of crack some jokes. And like people really like went after me.
It's a bold move jumping into the fire like that.
Yeah, the names were all these people are like, no respect for you, Adam. And everybody's like, you're a cuck. It's like the best thing that they could come up with. Or like, oh yeah, like this is so sad. What kind of society do we live in? And then people going on and on like, oh, I feel again and again, I feel so bad for their daughter. Guys, this is really fucked up. Their poor daughter. And it's like,
but what about everyone else in porn who has kids?
Yeah, it's like, just like, do you guys know that people,
your favorite porn star might have a child. And that is okay.
Yeah, there are a lot of mothers in the industry, and there's a lot of married people. Your favorite porn star is probably married, or if she's not now, she might be one day. Like, I've been in porn for 20 years, and there's been married people in porn the whole time, and some married people are both in the industry. There are people who are married to people outside the industry. There are people who get married and then stop doing porn, and there's people who get married and their partner gets into porn. There's in every type of situation, and I just couldn't really wrap my brain around.
People got so crazy about their situation.
I genuinely, I'm so far,
because I was a little surprised by how whoa, okay. So
and also it's like everybody was like, Adam, you okay? Like, oh man, you could tell he's crying on the inside. And like, he's
a big thing for them was they had only shot together. So that was like their like thing. And he had been talking about that for years, where he's just like, no, I'm not going to watch, my baby mom get smashed out by another dude.
Right. So I guess they had
he didn't watch it, to my knowledge, right? Or,
I've heard that he was the camera guy.
Oh, cool. Well, that's dope.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty normal, actually.
I've been the camera guy for her and vice for, all sorts of ways.
But it's just, it's so normal to me. It was just crazy that it seemed to shock so much of the world. And the things that people were saying, it's just like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, hey, I don't know who needs to hear this. I said something like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's like a lot of married people in the porn industry. And I was getting these like 3-paragraph replies about how I need to know that I'm a whore and I shouldn't speak. And somebody said something like, this is so sad that people like you exist, or it's very, very sad, and clearly you have a lot of like childhood trauma, and I feel bad for all of you. And I'm like, what does any of this have to do with anything? Yeah.
But you know what? I think ultimately Adam and Lana are fucking smart.
Oh, well, yeah.
And they are laughing all the way to the bank, and their pictures of their marriage in Italy, was it, or whatever, looked insane. Like,
he did say,
I think they know what they're doing.
Right. I don't know if they knew it was going to, explode like this. Maybe they did. I mean, their fans are they're having vocal.
A very fun sense of humor about it.
I think Adam's handling it well. I think some of the comments that he's posted have been pretty funny. I think it's it's been entertaining. I'm just shocked that people are so disgusted by someone going to work. And really, like, anytime somebody chimes in and says, "What's the big deal?" They're both in the porn industry. It's just work. People are like, "You don't understand. This is awful. This is a sign that society is crumbling. This is very bad." Then, like, they just keep saying, like, they have a child. It's like, I don't know. I guess I just don't understand the mindset of somebody, like, why that would make someone so mad. I mean, I could see someone being like, "Oh yeah, I could never deal with that." But, like, no one was concerned about Lana when he was boning girls. You know what I mean? It's like
you didn't see that sort of reaction.
No.
The other way.
Yeah. And I get it. He wasn't in a scene with them alone, as far as I know. But I don't know.
There's a bit of a double standard still kind of floating around.
Right.
And a lot of this is just like fragile male egos projecting their own nonsense onto the timeline.
Yeah.
You know, but either way, fucking get paid, guys.
Yeah.
And we love chasing.
And then
awesome. Good for you.
The recurring of like, oh, like his wife's pussy's never gonna be the same.
That's been scientifically disproven like 100 times.
I know. And it's like, does everyone think that every girl they've been with never had sex with someone else before them, you know?
I mean, as someone with a penis who's had sex many times with many women who have also had sex many fucking times,
yes,
often with dicks way bigger than mine, I can tell you shit's still tight.
Yeah.
Shit is still tight. It's irrelevant. It is irrelevant.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've fucked some of the biggest whores on the planet, and their vaginas feel great, and their buttholes feel great.
I actually do have a tight vagina. I know that. I know it's tight. I'm not like bragging or anything, because sometimes it's a little annoying.
No, you're not bragging.
Yeah, right. I'm not bragging.
No, I mean, if you got it, you got it, and you got it. You got it.
Yeah. Sometimes things don't fit in there.
We have trouble in a couple positions.
Sometimes
and not that it doesn't fit, because I also have a curvy dick.
It's true.
I curve to the left, and
I think it must like curve.
Your cervix curves to the right, or
something like that. Yeah, I was on another podcast. Yeah, I guess because I've been kind of going outside my circle. I've been seeing a lot of comments that I don't normally see. But I went on another podcast, and it was Finn. He's a music. He's got a YouTube page. Anyway. I did see a bunch of, I saw a few comments that were like, "Why are you even talking to her about anything? Just talk to her about dicks." Who wants to hear this chick talk about music? And I was like,
I mean, even for the sake of argument, let's say someone views you as just a porn person. Dicks.
Totally.
Wouldn't it be interesting as like a hater to listen to your terrible opinion on music?
Right.
Like, that's still entertaining, right? Like,
I know.
So either way, like, let the woman speak.
Right. And it's the only facet of entertainment.
But your music
like
taste
that.
Is actually awesome.
I mean, nobody would read an interview with a guitar player and be like, "Why did you ask him about, anything other than guitar chords?" You know what I mean? It's like, it's very common when you interview somebody in a field to like talk to them about an array of things.
Right.
And it's, I mean, not only was
I guess in
like
this guy's mind, it's just an array of dicks.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I should only talk about dick all the time. Like, the interview shouldn't even start with, "So when is the first dick?" Yeah, it should just be like this is
chugging noises.
Here's a list of all the dicks I've seen from beginning to end, and here is how big they were, and here is how it felt inside me, and that's it. Like, not even talk about the first time I saw a dick. Not even talk about
when was the first time you saw a dick? Be honest, because I don't think I know this story.
I was not very young.
Okay.
The first time I saw a dick at all.
Was it like when you lost your virginity, or did you like saw with your eyeballs?
No, because I lost my virginity at 19. Isn't that crazy? Was I 18 or 19? God, I can't remember anymore. But I was not very young. I had seen dicks before.
Like at Jewish camp?
No,
Didn't you say there was a camp they used to send you guys to hook up?
Nobody wanted to make out with me at Jewish camp.
Oh.
But yes, I did go to Jewish camp when I was younger. And it was so like this way for Jewish people to hook up with each other. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like usually in summer camp, I mean, when I hear about my friends that went to like Christian, Catholic, schools.
I feel like all church camps are hookup.
Yeah, like but they keep you guys away from each other.
They try.
This was like, they're like, like this was not like, hey, like don't go over to the boys' bunks, like it was very like, why didn't you go over to the boy? Like everyone wanted you to come home with like a Jewish boyfriend or something.
Got you.
You
did not see your first dick at
no, and I actually remember I really like wanted to make out with someone, and it would be a thing like after dinner. People would like grab their like makeout partner and they'd like walk around and they'd hold hands and they'd go behind this like shed and they'd make out, and nobody wanted to go behind the shed with me. Nobody.
Well,
and I would just hang out with my other friend who had no one to make out with. But you know what? Then one day she did have someone to make out with and I was alone.
This is so sad.
Yeah, this is sad.
Why am I laughing?
I know, it's sad, Nobody wanted to make out with me. Like that no one could even force someone.
Heartbreak and horniness.
I know. It's like no one could even force someone to make out with me. How old was I? I don't even know. I don't know how old I was, but like no one wanted to make out with me. And I really tried. I tried to like put together cool outfits. I would try to like, chat up the
local talent,
the boys that I had crushes on, and about the arts and crafts that we were gonna make the next day, or something, and just nothing. I threw a lot out there and got nothing back.
Well, look at you now.
I was really bummed I don't have that memory.
All those boys wish.
Yeah.
How?
I made up for lost time.
Yeah.
I would never wanted to make out with me.
I bet all of those guys are total fans of yours now.
Yeah, maybe.
That's how the world works.
Yeah, I don't know. And then my first boyfriend that I finally got a boyfriend in 6th grade, and he broke up with me.
Oh, I know this one
because I had a mustache. He did.
Glad you can laugh about it.
Yeah, he did. I had a mustache.
I know it's traumatic.
Yeah, and he didn't want to break up with me himself. Because we would walk home from school together. And so I was waiting for him after school, and his friend came up to me, his friend Brad, and I was like, "Hey, Brad, where's Michael?" And he said, "Michael doesn't want to go out with you anymore." I said, "Why?"
And he said,
"Because you have a mustache." Kids are so mean.
Kids are brutal.
And I got really upset, and I was like, all right, it's true, I have a mustache. And I went home and I cried to my mom and I got really mad at her because I said it was her fault that I had a mustache. And I asked her if she could like get rid of it for me. I can't believe I'm saying this. And so my mom used to make like, my mom is Israeli, it's like, I think, a Middle Eastern thing. My mom would make like wax and like wax herself. I don't know. I think a lot of like Middle Eastern people do this. There was always like wax on a stove when I remember growing up. Like, anyway, so she made like a homemade wax in like a pan, and I don't know. She put it on my face and it burned me. So the next day I had like a bright red thing instead of a mustache. And then I tried to take makeup and put it on there. I had never put on makeup before. I mean, it's crazy because when I was in the 6th grade, like 6th graders right now are so different. Like 6th graders know everything about how to get rid of a mustache and put on makeup. And and do all sorts of things. When I was in 6th grade, nobody knew anything. Okay, you had to ask your mother, and my mother did not know, very much. Love my mom, but she was, didn't know how to do things like that. Anyway, so I had a bright red thing, and then everybody laughed at that, and I pretended I was sick. And I went to the nurse's office, and then I went home.
This is
like a really
story.
It's a tragic story. But it all worked out. Out okay in the end. I don't have a mustache anymore. Actually, I kind of do.
Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I learned how to control it.
You learned how to control.
I learned how to get rid of it. Yeah.
Man,
anyway.
Just the tips where we let it all out.
Yeah, I let it all out. I know that was not a very erotic story.
That was your
first. What about whatever? You were awkward growing up.
Oh yeah,
you got dumped and stuff.
So my first girlfriend.
Didn't you wear like headgear and stuff, right?
Yeah.
No? What other issues?
Well, look, I didn't get a girlfriend I was like 14, I think.
Yeah.
Like 8th, 9th grade. And her parents and my parents were in the same bowling league. This is kind of like a white trash love story.
Okay.
And so while the members of like the church bowling league would bowl, me and her would sit out and hold hands in the parking lot and like make out. And we were little like punk rock kids, so we'd like give each other, dog collar necklaces and paint each other's fingernails black and shit. And then one day she like took her shirt off in the parking lot, and I was like, whoa, because I was a pretty good church kid at this point, the son of a Christian preacher. I was a good kid, and I was like, holy shit, like making out was enough at that time in my life for me. And I was like, I can't. What do I do with these? These are your boobs. This is crazy. And I wouldn't touch them. I was too scared. And basically, then she pulled her shirt back down, dumped me the next day, and fucked my best friend because I was a prude and she was like ready to get laid. She was like older than me. I was like 14. She was 16, I think. And that was my first girlfriend. I got dumped because I was too much of a good boy.
You were waiting for the right.
I was saving myself.
Yeah, you were saving yourself for the right
world.
boobs. Yeah, you just weren't ready yet.
Yeah, no, I wasn't.
You weren't ready for the titties.
I was very shy. Also, when you grow up in the cult of the Christian church, especially when your parents are so in it.
What a badass though. What a badass though that she fucked your friend the next day. Seriously.
I mean, she was so great.
What a queen.
Yeah.
#queen.
I think her name was Krista. Anyway.
Did she have a mustache?
No, she had like Liberty spikes and like a dog collar.
She was awesome. Yeah. She's my hero. If you're out there, you're my hero.
But no, part of the reason I was so prude and timid was, you kind of get beat into your head as a child that, save yourself from marriage. Don't, you're not supposed to do any of that. And, I was kind of scared as a kid to kind of be bad growing up. So I really didn't do anything wrong, so to speak, until I moved out and joined a band, and then the rest was history.
I just didn't, it was different when we were younger. It was, there was no way to learn about it. Also, my parents didn't talk to me about it. I was the oldest one in the family, and I don't know what it was.
Me too.
Yeah, I was the oldest one, so I didn't have a cool older brother or sister.
We were blazing the trail.
Yeah, I just, I did not know how to find out about sex things, so I think I was just
My dad gave me a book on a tape cassette series. I just didn't know what to do. It was like a Christian tape cassette series about sex, and basically just said everything's wrong, don't do it.
Yeah, but you probably learned a lot from it.
No, I mean, it terrified me.
No, but I mean, you learned
It told me I was going to hell if I masturbated.
Right.
And
that's badass.
And at the time, it said it's like I remember this still to this day. The tape said, if you masturbate or even think about it, you are cheating on your future wife.
Wow.
How hardcore is that? How hard. And so, of course, being a freaking, I don't know, 13-year-old or whatever, I didn't even know what that word was. So fucking joke's on you. I was like, what's masturbation? I figured it out. I was like, oh, I can play with myself. This is sweet. And then I was doing it all the time.
Yeah. So exactly, like that's what I mean. Like you probably learned.
Yeah. So in a fucked up way, those Christian sexuality tapes,
I never got anything. Like they don't talk to you about how sex is bad or anything when you're, in Jewish school. They just pretend it kind of doesn't
you off
exist.
To that
all
summer
you know
camp
is
everybody hooks up.
They're just like, all you know is like whenever you start to think about sex, it better be with someone else Jewish, because those are the only other people in the world. That's kind of what you learn in Jewish school. But you don't learn that sex is wrong. You kind of just, nobody talks about, it just wasn't really brought up. There's a lot of other stuff you got to remember, like what dishes to use and when you can eat meat and dairy, and there's a lot of holidays.
Stuff's not as important for Christians.
Yeah, exactly. So like you're too busy learning about all that stuff, and there's not like,
Well, look at us. We're all roads lead to here.
Yeah. Yeah. I got rid of my mustache,
and I found
people to make out with.
I blossomed a bit myself.
Yeah.
Speaking of blossoming, do we have any new dicks that have blossomed lately into your life as far as OnlyFans and seeing?
It's actually okay. Well, this is actually,
I say blossom because the last one looked like a mushroom.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. I mean, it has been a pretty exciting week on OnlyFans. I did this like one-on-one like live show.
Was that the call?
Yeah, it was the call. So, like, he could see me. I couldn't see him. It was just kind of like a private live show.
Oh, so like a FaceTime?
Well, I couldn't see him. He would have to sign up for a different kind of OnlyFans account. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
He has to get verified. So, I don't know, maybe next time. But whatever. But he could see me. I couldn't see him, but he could type. Okay? So, he was there. Okay. So, I'm talking to him. I can't hear. Whatever. Anyway, he uses this toy. I didn't even tell you about this. I was pretty excited. He uses this.
I was hiding in the bathroom with the dogs trying to keep them from barking. And because he had you on the live, I didn't want him to see me.
I know. Every time the dogs hear
That's
me
the reality of this.
To my fans.
I'm hiding.
They always think, because I use kind of a certain voice and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so the guy had this like electronic masturbator. Okay.
For himself.
And he gave me
a fleshlight that has a battery power.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Like a sleeve that went up and down. Anyway, he sent me like a link to the controls. And so I was able to control it. Yeah. And I felt like it was pretty cool. And then I could see on the screen, like while I couldn't actually see him, he did send me a video of it later, but I could see like the toy, like how fast it was going. You know what I mean? There was like this little like
the BPM of the
yeah. Like it kind of showed like, and you could actually change the levels of like if he's stroking it at the top, or if he's like stroking it more at the bottom, or if he's going up.
You could like beat match it to his favorite song.
Yes. Yeah. And it was exciting. Yeah. It was really exciting. So I was like faster, slower. Like, I'm used to doing like jerk off instructions where I'm talking to the guy and like telling them what to do, but the guy isn't doing it at the same time. It's just like a video that goes out into the world and they have to,
so you're getting real-time satisfaction and you're getting the response, like, right. You can see it happening.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. I thought it felt like it was a big job. I was like, how does this guy want to masturbate, And I kept like messing with him. Like at a certain point, I was able to just stop it completely.
Oh, you tease.
Yeah.
You tease.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, so I got to do that. And I actually cool. I enjoyed it. It was really fun. I learned some new technology. Yeah, this was pretty cool. Right. In addition to that, I do have a custom I need to do I didn't even tell you about it.
God, okay. Okay.
I don't know. I have a fan and he read somewhere that my favorite food is cheese. And he keeps sexting me about cheese. And he wants me to like do something sexy with cheese. And then sometimes he talks about like these fantasies where he's like churning butter inside of me and stuff like that. But like I have to like do stuff.
You don't want to mix dairy and sex. It's just fucking yeast infection.
I'm going to. I mean, I'm not going to stick the cheese inside of me, but maybe like on me. Maybe I'll eat it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I have to figure it out because I'm going. Why?
Well, I don't like.
I think it's exciting.
I don't like mixing like food and sex like at all. It's not my thing.
And we like to
let alone dairy.
We sexted about him stuffing blue cheese inside. We sexted about me being a big like stuffed olive.
I have no words.
But that's just a fantasy, okay?
Now he needs you to make it.
Oh yeah, he said I wrote it. I saved it because it was really good. He said as your moaning gets louder, I'm gonna stuff a big hard piece of Gouda in your mouth to shut you up. So there's like cheese BDSM going on, you know, and this is like. This is his particular thing, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I do have to do.
You do love cheese.
I do love cheese, and look, I'm not going to stuff blue cheese inside of me. I mean, maybe I will. I don't know, but ooh,
nice and creamy.
Oh my God, that's a really good idea. Like maybe you could stand above me.
Oh, and pour it,
and like just pour it. Right? I haven't had Velveeta in a really long time.
It's been a minute.
Cheese whiz? No, maybe like I could get really dangerous and use the hot, melty nacho cheese. Ooh. It does come out very hot. So I'll have to like put an ice cube in.
All right.
It's like, ooh, you're not into this like at all?
No. Well, no? I like
He's into
cheese
it.
as
Brian's
much as the
into
next
it.
person, but
Brian is never into anything we say, and he looks so happy right now. Wait, let me see. He said, I put you on the ground and I place you in the butter churner while I fuck your pussy to make that butter, and I fill your asshole with cheese. I'm telling you, this guy makes my day.
All right. This guy's awesome.
I know. He's awesome.
I want to be like so far away from this, but it's hilarious that this exists.
You're going to be the one to pour Velveeta all over my face. So you better find somewhere in you to be into it.
This is my life.
And, you know, this guy really likes cheese. So I'm just saying, if you can't get on.
What's our cheese budget?
I mean, you know, I don't disclose my, you know, my client to client prices. You know, that's like confident, but he paid a pretty good amount of money. Okay. So I'm gonna go and get. I actually was sending him links to like the high end like cheese shops in the area, that's kinda hot. And we were picking out cheeses.
It's like how some girls will send links to handbags. But
yes,
you're sending him links to artisanal cheeses.
Yeah, I was sending him links to artisanal cheeses. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with it, you know?
Okay.
I know the OnlyFans rules, they don't let you actually stick non-like sex toys inside you. But I believe putting the Gouda in my mouth would be okay. But maybe I could like take some brie and just like melt it on me. It doesn't have to go in me. It could just go like around me. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Maybe I can make like a bra, like a bikini made out of like crackers, and we could just like put like little pieces of cheese, and somebody could like eat them off. I'm getting carried away now. I need to go home and talk to my cheese guy.
Ooh,
what?
String cheese.
String cheese bikini.
Right, for the...
Wait,
Brian,
string cheese and American cheese, like the twisty ones?
No, like the orange slice. You know,
yeah. No, I know.
I mean, exactly. You cannot cover these tits with string cheese alone. You need the slices.
Right. Okay. So slices. Oh, okay. Yeah. So the slices will be like the bikini. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of, like that processed American cheese can like last through like anything.
I feel like as the day goes on, it'll kind of just seal itself to your boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a pasty.
I will become cheese.
Processed cheese pasty.
Processed cheese.
Gross. All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah. So that's what, I know we've talked about it before. My fans are very different from your fans. I don't know what you did this week.
I got a custom
take
this
your
week.
Shirt off and play guitar for someone or something. I'm a fucking olive, Aaron. I'm an olive stuffed with blue cheese. And I don't have a mustache. Anyway.
Never thought I'd say this, but can we see a dick? Can we please?
Wait, what? Have you done anything exciting this week? What, you did a live show the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, and you know what I did? I freaking DJ'd in my underwear.
Right.
And I told everyone how much I loved them. Yeah. And a few of the frisky ones,
you were like, bad
I said,
girl.
You're a fucking dirty fucking bitch. You better sit down and get on your knees.
Well.
And, things of that nature. But no, I was never a food product or byproduct. I didn't involve any food.
Yeah. You should. Going back to what I said before, forget about the food.
Thank you.
That's my thing. You should, because I know they make female masturbators that you could control. I bet your fans would love that.
Oh, if they could control one on me?
There's ones that they can stick inside of them and you could control it. I bet. I remember after I did the show, I was like, I should tell Aaron because I bet some of his fans
we and I should look into that.
Does that make me a cook? No. I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Speaking of cooks.
Bring on the dicks.
In addition to my cheese sexter and my array of amazing, creative, wonderful fans that give me this incredible life that I lead, who give me all the validation I didn't get growing up, and then some. Some of them like to be humiliated. For those of you that don't know, sometimes people enjoy having their penises be insulted or humiliated, and it's called the industry term. It's called SPH.
Small penis humiliation.
SPH. Anyway, some people really enjoy it. So this is the second week we're doing it. I'm really trying to build this more. So instead of just humiliating their penises on OnlyFans, I told them, as an added bonus, I could humiliate their penis on the podcast
for the world
to see. And this week I'm adding a zinger in there. I contacted my good friend who I went to college with. His name is Chris Gethard. He's a very famous actor and comedian. And he's also going. I had him weigh in because he's a professional, whatever, funny person. I figured he could weigh in, and it might be fun for him to make to humiliate a penis. But let's pull up the penis. This guy, he goes by the name of Shrimp Dick.
Oh,
Shrimp. We just call him Shrimp. Where is it? Can we pull up the penis?
It's so small you can't even see it. Look, it's right there. Right there.
Oh my God! Yeah, we literally could. It's literally so small we couldn't even. We have to do you have a magnifying glass?
What?
Yeah. Shrimp Dick.
It's
Shrimp Dick. He didn't.
So
yeah,
small.
It's so small.
And it's so bright white.
Yeah. Well, I believe that's the flash on his camera.
Fair.
Yeah, but I think also it's like very discolored.
It has never been pulled out.
Yeah, honestly, you're right. It's never been pulled out. And you know what? It is a good thing that thing has never been pulled out.
No one would notice even if he did.
Yeah. Honestly, like when he first sent it, I was like, I'm sorry, like you sent your thumb. Your thumb was blocking the lens. Can you actually send your penis?
Yo, I have small hands, and that is too small even for a thumb.
Oh my God! Do you think it's like literally not a penis? It's like, and you know what? He calls himself Shrimp Dick, and like that's kind of an insult to shrimp because I really like shrimp. You know, like do not compare that to a shrimp cocktail.
A tasty shrimp, right.
To a shrimp cocktail. I mean, shrimp cocktail is
shrimp
expensive.
Shrimps are big enough to hang
People
off
pay
the glass.
$17 for that. You know, nobody would pay $17 for this.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Chris's take on Shrimp Dick, little shrimpy.
Hi, everybody. Chris Gethard here, and I'm a comedian, and I know Joanna, and she asked me if I'd help her humiliate a penis. I guess technically the person who the penis is attached to. You might be asking, like, why is this guy who played the boss on Broad City involved in this? Joanna and I went to college together. We were part of the same punk rock scene. She doesn't remember me at all. But we were acquaintances. I had a crush on her. And now I'm a comedian, and she's Joanna Angel, and she has sent me a picture of this shrimp dick. And my first impression is, God bless ya. God bless ya. If I'm going to be totally honest, not a fan. Nobody wants to hear this. Nobody wants to show their dick and then have another guy's reaction be like, God bless ya. I feel for you. It's not great. I mean, the shaft is... it's small, and also weirdly wide at the bottom. And then the head, to be fair, is kind of mushroomy in a way that's respectable, but the juxtaposition of
he found one shaft, good thing to say.
It only makes the shaft section even more pitiful. And I'm going to go ahead and call this out. Here's the thing I like the least. Here's the thing that's really jumping out at me is, look, you're born with what God gave you. I'm never going to judge you for that, okay? But you also make choices in life, and if you're going to have like a small weird dick, don't leave all the stray little hairs at the bottom. Like, if you're going to manscape, show some pride in your craft and do it. You got a whole bunch of stragglies down there. You got a whole bunch of lone soldiers left out there on the battlefield. Like,
I think they don't. It's make not like
this shaft is huge. Right. If you're gonna manscape and clean the pubes, which you should, you gotta. You can't be leaving them strays. You can't be leaving these tall boy cans at the end of the party. Okay, you already live in a ramshackle hut down by the river. Mow the lawn properly, at least. That's what honestly is most disappointing to me, is that your manscaping is not on point. You already have a penis that is not the most presentable penis in the world, and then you did some manscaping and half-assed it. That's weak and disappointing.
He's like, I'm not just mad, I'm disappointed.
I feel so bad. Joanna, I don't know how you do this all the time. You asked me to keep it to 1 minute, but it's impossible to get all the penis itself is not great, and the straggly hairs. I got no time for people who can't get out here.
He's so upset.
And just show a little pride in their craftsmanship.
Yeah, there you have it. Chris Gethard from The Office and Broad City.
Now on our show, Rating Dicks.
Thank you, Chris. You've had such a great career. Thank you for during the writer's strike for taking the time to rate a penis for me. Thank you. And you know what? Chris is like for anyone who knows Chris Gethard and his humor, and I knew him in college. He's like a very humble person. Like, Chris is not like a look at my big dick like kind of person. Like, he is a very shy, humble, actually a person who kind of like hates themselves. Sort of, where but he could not, he found it in him to insult your penis. Like, I don't usually hear Chris insult anyone.
It was just that shrimp, offensive.
It was that bad.
Even kind Chris.
Yeah, even kind Chris.
Who never says a bad word about anyone. Just was infuriated for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a busy guy.
He used the term "show some pride" like 3 times.
Yeah. He's a busy guy, you know. But I guess maybe right now he's not super busy. I'm sure he's busy. He's got a lot of things going on, and he spent extra time on this. You know,
he showed pride, like in reviewing.
A Hollywood celebrity wanted to take extra time to tell you how disappointing you are, Mr. Shrimp. Yeah. And your name, like, you can't even give yourself a good name. You know, just Shrimp Dick. That's the best you could come up with. It doesn't even look like a shrimp.
It kind of made sense, though. Yeah. It's just
I know. I like shrimp, and I don't want to do that to shrimp.
Don't let him ruin shrimp for you.
Right. So we have to give him a rating.
What's like a food you hate, and then call it that, Dick?
What's a food that I hate? Oh, I'm just thinking about how much
you like almost all food.
Yeah, I like a lot of food. God,
what is something that you don't like? What is something? Brian, what's a food you don't like? What do you hate? See, okay, but we already went over. Like, I don't like mayonnaise. I'd be like, gross. Look at that gross ass mayo, Dick. Ew. Ooh, I'm not a big anchovy guy.
No,
Chovy Dick.
I don't like anchovies. Wow, that's so funny.
Chub.
I couldn't think of a food I don't like.
That actually.
That's like pretty weird.
That's a revelation.
Is there any food I just hate? I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what are we?
Okay, but we have to give him a rating. Shrimp Dick. So on a scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna give him a negative 10 million.
Is that even real? Yeah. Come on.
All right. Negative 100.
See, now hold on. Let me kick you a scenario here, because to me 0 would be having like literally like nothing. Like
nothing.
It's just flat. He had a thing, and it was
no. That's not where the rating comes from. Okay, it's not where the rating comes from. The rating is just like, you know, how much you like it. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is it?
Oh, so how
it's like a Yelp rating. Okay, you know, how many stars? You know what I mean? So like, he definitely cannot like.
I give it 1 star because although I was repulsed by it, it entertained me for a few minutes.
All right, well, Shrimp Dick, I'm giving you like a negative 100.
It's because he ruined shrimp for you, huh?
He ruined shrimp for me,
and that is a
he's not
unforgivable sin.
Yeah, that's unforgivable.
How dare he?
How dare you? Yep, all negative 100, Shrimp Dick.
I give you a 1.
But you know what? You're right. What you said before, because Chris kept talking about the little scragglies of hair. Like, I don't think a razor could, how would he?
Like,
even
they don't make they don't make clippers to cover up. 0.25 inch surface.
Like he's gonna have to use tweezers.
Yeah, no, you just have to pluck. I mean, at that point, because
whatever.
It would rip off
my mother's wax. Everyone,
that homemade wax.
My mother's wax.
Put it on your mustache. Put it on your dick.
My mother's homemade wax. Oh my God.
Woo.
No, I'm sorry. Neither me or my mother deserve that. Yeah.
Okay.
Should we? Should we?
Is there any fan questions?
Yeah, is there any questions we should answer?
Before we get the F out of here?
Yeah. Anything we should answer?
Hello, guys. I hope you can hear me okay. I just got back from Drag Queen Bingo, which is awesome. And it made me think of you and what amazing LGBTQ plus allies you are. I was curious, how did that kind of come about? Or is it just that you're amazing people? I love you. Bye.
Oh. Very sweet.
I couldn't quite hear. What was the question?
She just came back from Drag Queen Bingo, she said, and she, I guess, thanked us for being LGBTQ allies.
Oh, cool.
And said, how did that come about? Or are we just amazing people? Yeah, I mean, how did it come about that we're not homophobic in this day and age? How did you become not an asshole?
When I was growing up, in a very evangelical Baptist Christian conservative household, my my parents were homophobic, and I don't really know where it came from. Maybe just I think as early as junior high, I had friends who were queer and gay, and it just didn't make any sense to me ever to
hate. Yeah,
I just didn't. It never even crossed my mind, and I'm just fortunate to grow up in sort of like a very mixed, environment with lots of different people. But I also hated my parents, so I was like, well, if that's what you guys are into, I'm going to go the other way. I don't know. I've always been down.
Yeah, I mean, I just never thought there was anything wrong with it. Oh God, I mean, there was like no one. We are so old.
Well, also,
I remembered when two girls kissed in the hallway in my high school. They called like an assembly over it.
Really?
They called an assembly over it, like to talk about it. Isn't that crazy? Like there was just two girls. And of course they were like the two like bad girls, that were always like smoking cigarettes behind the school. And like they wore like, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, that was so hot.
Joanna's in the corner masturbating.
Yeah. I'm just like, I wish somebody invited me into that one thing they did. No, but I mean, I have to say, like hanging out in New York City from a young age, there's always just been such a giant, queer community that were my friends. I remember when I moved to New York officially, like after college. I don't know, just going out and the nightlife and everything. I mean, like, it was just like every bar I went to. I remember when I moved to LA, it seemed like there were only a lot of gay people at a bar if you were at a gay bar. You went to West Hollywood, you went to a gay bar, and I thought that was very strange. Like in New York, it was like everywhere I went, it was just a very big mix of, of people with different, pronouns and people who. I don't know.
Like, although there are like some gay bars in New York, almost every bar is a gay bar because it's just for people. Yeah, it's for everybody. It's just a bar.
I actually remember when I first moved to LA and I went to like a nightclub with some friends. I was like, why does it feel so gross in here? Like, why does it feel creepy? Why does it feel weird? Like, I went out until, all the time when I lived in New York. I'd be out until 7 a.m, going to after party after party. I never felt unsafe and I never felt like uncomfortable. And then I just remember like being in this nightclub being like scared to put my drink down. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no one here is gay. Like, that's weird, And I remember being like basically asking someone like, where's all the gay guys? Like, what's going on? Like, I don't feel comfortable dancing here. I'd be like out dancing all night, And then they were like, oh, well, there's a gay bar down the street. And then like when you went to the gay bar, it was just nothing but gay people. I just very much thought, I was fortunate or whatever you call it, like to be in a world and a community that was very mixed. From a pretty young age, and it was just never even a thought in my mind to dislike anyone in that community. It never even like I don't know why anyone would. Yeah.
Well said.
I don't even know.
Well
It was like
Joanna.
She's asking like, how did you just become not homophobic? I mean, it's sad that it's sad that it is applauded. Now, I'm not saying she said anything wrong. I mean, it's sad that it is applauded in this state that we're in right now to
you should
be a gay ally.
You should not get a gold star for just being a good, decent person.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
here we are.
But yeah.
Anyway, we love you. Thank you.
Our gay, queer, trans friends, and we have sex with everyone. I don't know. I mean, I'd have sex with a gay guy, but they don't want to have sex with me. So, I guess I've been in like a bisexual situation. So, I love sexual.
All right.
I like everyone. I've got no hate.
Cool.
Let's write a haiku.
So, haiku. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, 3-line poem. Who's going to start?
Who should start? Okay. Stuff me with blue cheese. Stuff me with blue cheese.
Shrimp dick ain't kosher at all. Stuff me with blue cheese.
Stuff me with blue cheese.
Shrimp dick ain't kosher at all. And what was yours, Brian? I am become cheese.
Do you think that you should maybe, now we've decided maybe there should be cheese?
Can we be on a big wheel of cheese just spinning?
Just like Velveeta and like, and blue cheese and whatever. Aaron, you've got a lot of DJ gigs coming up.
I do, and you can find me online, Twitter and Instagram at @thesmallhands_. You can also find me onlyfans.com/smallhands. And if you hit those things, you can find out things about my DJ gigs, about how to order very not food related custom videos, and keep up on all my shenanigans. What about you, Joanna?
You can find me on OnlyFans, onlyfans.com/Joanna Angel. Feel free to tell me any fantasy at all of yours. I can handle it. You can find me on Twitter at Joanna Angel. Find me on Instagram at Joanna Angel. Follow our podcast at Justthetipsxo. If you have a question, comment, or a really small penis, you can email justthetipsxo@gmail.com. Also, just want to let everyone know something that a lot of women, particularly in my industry, but I think women everywhere, have to deal with is unsolicited dick pics. So I'm now going to be reviewing all unsolicited dick pics here on Just the Tips. So you will get a rating whether you ask for it or not. And if any other ladies are getting unsolicited dick pics, feel free to email them and we can make sure that we give it a proper rating, and maybe Chris Gethard will do it too. Yeah, maybe.
Or some of our other friends. We're going to get the homies involved.
We've got a lot of comedians that would love to make fun of dicks.
Sweet.
Thank you, everyone.